What's up, guys? Welcome back to the 956 Opposition. This is episode 24. It is your boy, Brandon BZ Ray. Just chilling like the usual villain. We ain't looking for much but to talk about a few things today. What are those things we're going to talk about? Well, first, we're going to talk about the most mysterious assassin that Trump has had up to date, Thomas A. Crooks. How come we know so little about him? We're going to see what we could dig up on him on Twitter. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to jump over to the Elon Musk hate. Elon Musk and Tesla hate have been getting very high lately due to, I guess the changes and Doge cutting off federal workers. Federal workers are going and crying to their friends on Facebook saying, Elon Musk took my job from me when I wasn't doing nothing all year. And at the same time, just wasting our taxpayer money. Hardworking guys like you and me. And so the last thing is we'll just cover some local monkey business, and then that's it, man. If anything else comes up, we'll break it down. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump on around and look for this Thomas A. Crooks guy. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to share my screen with y'all. There you go. We got that set up. But yeah, let's go. Oh God. This first thing I have to see be one of these. I'm just kidding, guys. But first, yeah, let's go. Thomas A. Crooks, what's going on here? How come nothing? This guy's so weird, bro. There's so many things that's not ringing a bell. His body cremated. Why are we cremating the dead body of somebody that tried to kill the president? We want to preserve that body as much as possible. We want to collect DNA samples as much as possible. Who was he in contact with? What kind of hairs can you find on him? Whatnot. Where was he at? Compare, contrast images from all over. Now we don't have a body to work with. Why? Because the CIA, which was currently made up, at the time, made up of mostly Biden-appointed federal workers, they just cremated his body and got rid of it for purposes that some can speculate as destroying evidence, further evidence that could have been exposed, that could have tied it to it being an operation organized by the government itself. Or it could just be that they wanted to cause delays and just false flag speculation within our own government or in Trump's upcoming government. Because at this point, we pretty much knew that Trump was going to win. He was just rising up in the polls and Kamala was just going down. We covered this over the beginning episodes of our podcast. But yeah, Thomas A. Crooks. There's very little known about him, guys. It's weird that I would cover a topic that has so very little information. That shot that actually got to nick a piece of Trump's ear off, and we just can't seem to find a legit motive and plan and as to how it isn't there. A private investigator has uncovered evidence that Trump shooter Thomas Mediocre didn't act alone and was part of a criminal network. Well, there's videos like this that we could cover, jump on real quick.
Was Thomas Crooks the would-be assassin?
Okay, before that goes on, let me just say this. I strongly feel like this was a government operation because of so many things. How do you manage to get past not only Federal Secret Service agents, some that actually did like Trump and wanted to work well for him, and also local security and local police? How do you get past them and just know where to go routinely and know what to do in order to get your few shots on literally the ex-president of the United States? It just doesn't make sense. In this day and age, in our advanced era, with our level of intelligence and our level of military capability, it's just not possible. We wouldn't allow this to happen. Realistically, we wouldn't. We have too much manpower for it, and we have too much. Some can argue that Biden purposely gave Trump the bad Secret Service agents, which I honestly, I don't want to even say that they're bad. I just want to say that they're just people that weren't the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? I think the best and the best are reserved for Biden and his closest constituents. But I digress a little bit on that. Let me just continue and say that There's just no way. There's so many things they're saying. Like this 21-year-old, 22-year-old kid. Okay, yes, one can argue 18-year-olds are being sent into the military and trained to be armed killers. All right, he could have had some military experience. However, this guy did not serve in the military, from what we know. His involvement has been in a BlackRock commercial for, I guess it was promoting more of a BlackRock industry, education. I don't know. I don't know that I'm not gonna dive into that. But he was involved in that kind of stuff. He's not. It's just very odd. And this BlackRock company is also popping up more and more frequent now as we progress into the future through our innovations and industrial and military complex. You're gonna hear BlackRock a lot. I'm pretty sure you've already heard it. Let me turn the mic around a little bit. There you go. Get a little bit closer to me. But really, it sounds like a big company that, those big scary companies that I wouldn't be surprised if they actually turned out to be an evil company. Okay, so back to the main point. Thomas was in a commercial promoting this company's progress in education, I believe, or building schools. And that's about the only real public image we got to see of him. Other than that, is we don't really know much about him. We don't even have a Facebook. In this day and age, what kid doesn't have a Facebook? I mean, yeah, there's some really, really young kids out there, but they don't got on Facebook and all that trolling and whatnot. But still, like, he has to have some kind of digital footprint, some kind of cell phone footprint. You have to be able to retrace phone calls, text messages, everything, contact between his mom, his friends, closest. He didn't act alone. It's obvious he didn't act alone. He had somebody feeding him some kind of information, leading him on the way to commit this horrible act of trying to assassinate Trump. But everything's wiped out. He had some foreign phones, which is even weirder. He had some multiple phones, some with some foreign accounts. So it's just weird. Like they weren't. There's not his phones weren't even normal either. They didn't have like a mom and dad conversations, like just saved up there from years and years in the past. No, everything's wiped clean. Like it's just specific, like single file. It's just very odd.
Of Donald Trump, part of a larger criminal network?
There were others in helping, assisting Thomas.
And does one private investigator's claim of an electronic device still pinging at his old high school have any merit or implications? Plus, those close to Crooks say public narratives about him are all lies.
It still baffles me now.
My findings in Western Pennsylvania almost 8 months later, right now.
Okay, I'm probably gonna have to watch like 2 videos because like the New York Post, they could be biased at times, but they're pretty like lately they've been pretty like open end about everything. I think they're just trying to get their population back, their consumer base. They're trying to get people to watch them again, and they have what's the only way to do it? You got to tell hard hitting, truthful stories. Not gonna come out here BSing everybody. Because, people will put it together and then they'll stop watching them again. They'll lose viewers. They already learned. They've lost viewers before in the past.
On July 13, 2024, a seemingly mild-mannered college almost altered the course of human history when he shot Donald Trump at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. But to friends, neighbors, former teachers, and investigators, why Thomas Crooks did what he did is just as much of a mystery now as it was back then. Videographer Matt Mc...
Let me just say something. If it's a mystery as to why, this is me being not only psychological but also philosophical, I guess. Or conspiratorial, whatever. But you have your closest family members, your closest friends, closest investigators put your pieces of your life together from beginning to end, whatever they can gather, really. And then you say, it's still a mystery as to me as to why he did it. That already sounds suspicious. I'm sorry. It sounds suspicious. It sounds like you either didn't try your hardest, or there's just a branch in his life that you just did not explore, where he was exposed and had a completely totally different agenda that was feeding him down this dark path. The idea that they're all saying that it's still a mystery to them, no. I mean, obviously, come on, guys. It just didn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. I know it's the beginning, but it doesn't sound right. But,
McDermott and I spent a week in Butler, Pennsylvania, and nearby Bethel Park in a sometimes wild.
yeah, but this video only like a minute long. See, I didn't. That's why I didn't want to watch it. Yeah, I mean, okay. Why is only the New York Post covering this, man? I'm sorry, guys. I got a little agitated when it's just repetitive stuff. I guess that's the latest in it. Okay, so look, this guy is explaining how he was part of a BlackRock commercial earlier.
Remember that. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do. This is possibly the.
Remember, I brought up BlackRock, guys. This is the commercial I was talking about. We're gonna show you real quick. Show you not BSing y'all. Just check it out. He comes out in the commercial. It's creepy. This guy is involved with. Man, BlackRock is just even more
Creepiest thing this far. Crooks was actually in a BlackRock commercial just a few years ago shot at a school. Back to my theory about the CIA and FBI using patsies, this might be direct evidence linking him to that.
Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do. I hope when I retire someday, they say that guy made this place a special place.
This is possibly the.
We got a little mystery music in tune. Yep. Man, this one's longer.
Thomas Crooks.
Haley Madison Rapali.
Nah. See, one thing that I'm noticing, I know we're not finding a lot. Right now, I'm gonna see what I can get on his parents, bro. But this is so weird to me because everybody's, oh, I would have said he was a Republican. I mean, even his high school photo. I mean, there's theories, guys. Okay, so in that last video, you heard the guy mention about CIA, FBI, patsies. What he basically, what I think what he's trying to say is, if I could just dumb it down my way for a little bit, is the CIA and the FBI uses American children to basically carry out sleeper agent missions. Like, which would have basically, if the theory is correct, Thomas would have been a patsy kid who would have grown up living a normal life and everything, but at the same time, he's actually undercover working for the feds. And so those evil feds ordered him to he's just being trained throughout his whole lifetime, just being told to shut up about it. And, oh, you're going to be a Republican, and this is how you're always going to be, this and that, and you're going to make everybody believe around you they're going to be this and that. And so, I mean, dude, think about it, bro. There's thousands of children that go missing a year. And some of them are never found. I wouldn't doubt that even the government has taken some of those kids in and trained them. Give them a life and everything, but trained them for specific purposes. You know? I strongly agree with that guy in the last video. I really think that it's like that. This guy is weird. Weird. 2024. Man. I'm not gonna cover any more high school videos because I mean it's just to me it's acting if that theory is true. And let me just say parents real quick. But let's just right now we'll Google what the patsy definition is. So this is back in July 15. Says that he simply registered as a Republican. Claims. And literally parents bio. So that's a photo of his dad. Creepy. Father seen in public. Oof, here we go.
President.
Back off.
No comment.
No comment.
Were there any warning signs, Matthew?
No comment. How's Mary holding up?
No comment.
We'll release a statement when our legal counsel advises us to do so. Until then, we have no comment. We just want to try to take care of ourselves right now. So please, give us our space.
Matthew, why would your son want to kill the president?
Back off.
You know, let me just say something. If you're a conservative parent and, you know, you really don't know what's going on with your son and you're truthful about it, you're not going to be quiet and suspicious about it. At least I wouldn't be. So I don't think these people are in any way truly conservative. I think that they know something that we don't, based on their behavior. Right there in that video. That's an older video though. Let's see if we can find anything soon. Anything from recent. Oh God. Yep. See, we can't find much on these people. Just other than the reports of the day. It's so weird because you would go to X, find more stuff, maybe. Let me just go jump on Google. Google's goofy ass. But let's just see. I'm probably going to see the same thing. But why is there so little information about a modern day teenager? That's so weird, guys. Like, there's just no way. Even teenagers in third world countries are hardly have anything to have a cell phone and create a Facebook. And they're talking the craziest shit or making the craziest comments. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't. I mean, yeah, there could be that one introvert kid that just doesn't want that social contact at all. Like, just, yeah, I'm guessing, but even then, you know, Twitch, video games, something out there. Let's see. I want to at least try and find something. Google, Thomas A. Crooks. I mean, I doubt I'd find anything on Google because Google is like for the feds. Look, see over here, still trying to feed us the same nonsense that he was a Republican. Guys, anybody with a common sense and brain is going to know that if you're a true Republican, you're not going to try and kill Donald Trump. was the only logical Republican choice at the time. The dude was not a Republican. They just established that. It's the same thing. It's just part of a bigger conspiracy, is what they're all trying to say right now. It's not really adding up to anything else. Really weird, bro. Like, okay, let's go check out the other assassin guy. I know a whole lot more about the assassin guy already. The other assassination attempt that was made on Trump. It was this guy, old dude, who he really valued. Okay, one, really hates Russia. He's really like liberal like that. He believes Russia is truly evil, and he believes in the Ukraine cause. And he even went over there to get trained to become military for Ukraine. I said the thing is, I think that at the end of the day, he couldn't serve in combat. He just wasn't appropriate for it. But he still had that passion for Ukraine. I don't know if his origins tie to Ukraine, but we could find out right now, because we just have that much more information about this specific assassin than we do than the actual assassin that grew up in our own country. Isn't that weird, guys? You don't find that weird? We have more information about some guy who literally took off to another country and did his own thing there for a little while and came back. Like, we know more about him than we know about this little young kid that literally lived his whole life here in Pennsylvania. Like, it doesn't add up. Who's the what's his name? Second assassination shooter, Trump. Ukrainian? He's not really Ukrainian, but what's his name? I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find the story here. Ryan Wesley Rouse was connected to Representative Adam Kinzinger through his support of Ukraine. He's being interviewed by Nuni about his effort to recruit mercenaries to fight in Ukraine. So that's a video of him trying to recruit people to go fight in the war effort against Russia and Ukraine. It's old, just trying to get people to advocate, but it's like, bro, you're like in a whole other country. We actually have an interview with him. A whole interview. The guy's talking. How come we don't have an interview with a whole interview like that with Mr. What's his name? But I'll run this interview just.
Kind and generous and unselfish and take care of one another, and it's just a matter of, we need to stand up for that. That is the most important thing in the world, is just to show human beings that we're kind and we're caring and that we take care of one another, and that the world is united so that we feed each other and make sure that, we all move forward as one collective whole unit. So, we feel the pain of one country's failure and their conflicts, and we enjoy the successes of other countries that are doing good, and we all work together. And for some reason, Russia does not grasp this concept that we're all one unit, and we have to get along and work together and be normal human beings. This is.
Man, I wish he felt the same way about extremist Muslims over there hanging Christians by the neck out in the Middle East. Damn, bro. Bring that energy over here, doggy. Okay, so let me tell you something. I'm a pothead. I've done a few drugs. I've been around the block. This guy, I think he's on some shit. He's on some shrooms or something, bro. He's on some high level, we got to fix the world type, this is destiny type shit. Like, bro, okay, you gotta chill. But this dude looks like he's had one too many psychedelics in his lifetime. And he's just all about the peace, brother. Like, nature's the world is all one. Like, his language just paints that individual, man, because I've met those individuals. I've talked to them. I've talked to so many people in my travels across the U.S. Anyways, yeah. I met a lot of people. I've seen this review things. This language and behavior paints hippie hippie, not necessarily drug abuser, but like very hippie liberal. And he just wants, I guess he's established in his own mind that Russia is just this beast that won't stop. Let's find his origins. Because usually people
It's 2022. We have to work together. It seems.
Ryan Ralph origins. "56 years old, is a hardcore leftist who went to Ukraine to fight Russians in 2002. Also, he did fight Russians in 2022? He did go to war? I don't know. I heard that he wasn't qualified because of his age. Ryan Ralph had ties to a violent far-right Ukrainian militia with neo-Nazi origins, notorious for its anti-Russian extremism. Funny how the media has remained silent in all of this. Let's see this in the pictures. So I guess he's standing with a monument that's against Russia, kneeling to it. Everyone here is good against evil. These children want to normalize, tolerate corruption, end Russia for our kids. With one thing you notice in that picture, you don't see a lot of very enthusiastic young men there. Look at that guy to the left there, just looking at him like, what the hell is this guy doing here? Like, something's off. Something's off when you see this. So, let's see. Let's see what they had to say about him on Piers Morgan.
He then became increasingly disillusioned with Trump, and then became a full-on anti-Trumper. And a lot of that was driven by his views about Ukraine, and we can come to that a little later. But in terms of what happened here, a lot of people are saying that the rhetoric he was using towards the end on his social media posts and so on was almost directly replicating rhetoric used by Democrat leadership, including that Trump represents a clear and present threat to democracy and has to be stopped and so on. I mean, do you recognize that that is a big problem, that in disturbed minds, if they genuinely believe this,
he was a Trump supporter and
represents a clear and present threat to democracy and has to be stopped and so on. I mean, do you recognize that that is a big problem, that in disturbed minds, if they genuinely believe someone is a clear and present threat to democracy and has to be stopped, that their minds may tell them this is the way to do it?
There are a lot of mentally ill people here in the United States, and they form opinions based on whatever they see and hear on the internet. This is a problem that both political parties have. There are people in this country who want to kill Kamala Harris. There are people in this country who want to kill Joe Biden. There are people in this country who want to kill Donald Trump. It's the job of law enforcement and the FBI to monitor these people and prevent these assassinations. Ryan Ruth, you can just see videos of the guy. He was a Trump supporter in 2016. In 2020, he claimed he was a Bernie Sanders supporter for some reason, but he used the language of Trump. He said he could never support sleepy Joe Biden. And then in 2020, 2024, he became a never Trumper. And he was a Nikki Haley supporter and a Vivek Ramaswamy supporter. I don't know anyone more anti-Ukraine than Vivek Ramaswamy. So I don't think his opinions on Ukraine, which were more passionate 2 years ago in 2022, had anything to do. The FBI has not revealed the motivation. This guy was also an anti-vaxxer. This guy was also strongly pro-Second Amendment. He had lots of opinions on lots of stuff, as many crazy people do. So the fact that he's being exclusively linked to just his pro-Ukraine opinions, 60% of Americans support military aid to Ukraine. This is a majority popular opinion to have here in the United States. Now he's a crazy person and there's a war going on in Europe. So he tried going over there. he was spamming on social media in 2022 for people to give him money, $2,500, so he could join the Foreign Legion. He might have just been scamming people, but there's nobody in the pro-Ukraine community that has any association with this guy. He was faking being a recruiter for the International Legion. And there's posts going back to June of this year of actual recruiters with the Foreign Legion saying, this guy's insane. He has nothing to do with us. We're sharing screenshots of our crazy conversations with him. He doesn't represent us. This man is just mentally ill. And Ukraine kicked him out of the country.
Remember what I said earlier? How he seems like he's kind of like on drugs, a little too much. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Clear behavior. And if that doesn't help you, I did manage to find more. See, I want you all to remember, this guy is 56 years old, Ryan Rouse, the second assassin of Donald Trump. And we know so much about him. We have his history, his origins. I already got where he votes, North Carolina, and his criminal record since 1984. That's about, what is it, 2025? Damn. Yeah. That's almost his whole life. He's been a criminal. He has criminal records from 1984 to 2019. Not including the recent attempt on Trump. Also be well known and discoverable, but this kid, Thomas A. Crooks, we're having so much trouble finding stuff on him. And like I said, I'll give you the history. I'll show it to you. Look at this. This old freaking shot of him putting his hands up from the cops. That's Ryan Rouse. Dude was a criminal his whole life. Of course he tried to kill the president. And he's a Democrat. That's just me talking shit too. But yeah. Yep. North Carolina. Seems like a North Carolina resident. Crazy guy. Crazy. Oh, would you look at that? Democratic. You see how it all falls in place, you know? They just so happen to be Democrats at the very end of the day. I literally could tell you the same thing is probably happening for Thomas A. Crooks. He's probably a Democrat, undercover, bred by the government, led by the government. His family, too, was probably involved. I wouldn't go as far as to say his friends. I think he was... This is conspiracy time, guys. But I think Thomas was ordered by the federal government to play a part his whole life to his friends and school. And be in that BlackRock commercial, because I mean BlackRock is also involved with assistance with the CIA, as far as people have claimed. And so we just can't seem to find much information on him. He's a very strange individual, given the fact that he's born in the modern era. The modern era, you could find information on me. Just go Google me. It's just, you can't find much information on this kid. It's just so suspicious and weird. Why can't you? And he's younger than me. You should be able to, because most kids nowadays, most modern kids, everybody, digital footprints with video games, social media, education. Education is very much online now too. I mean, there's just really no excuse, to be honest. And it just points more forward to the conspiracy theory that this guy was planted by the federal government, by CIA, to kill Trump and maintain power of the evil, corrupted feds on the government, which is already proven has happened before with the JFK files. It's a very good theory to have, and it's a very believable theory. I think it's true. I think he is. Because, I mean, we know so much about Ryan Rouse. I mean, and then people could argue that, oh yeah, well, Ryan Rouse has existed on this planet longer. I'm like, dude, still, man. Somebody has to have a digital footprint. So, yep, that's the assassin situation, man. That's so weird. It does, like, the more I think about it, the more I believe it. I believe that this guy was a secret fed. A kid. Think about it, man. a federal agent raised by the CIA from like since youth to just basically throw away their life. It's crazy, but it's not. It's literally not something that's impossible. The CIA has done some pretty horrible things to Americans in the past. JFK. I believe the FBI has also done some pretty bad things to Americans, veterans who were like living here in America with their guns and stuff, or having like their own little groups. Sad. It'd be really sad in reality that imagine that this kid is just raised to be used by the government and then expended like that to be killed in an attempt situation, in an attempted assassination event. Like just imagine that. And like the parents too, like I'm imagining the parents probably feel some type of guilt or something because they obviously know something based on that video that we saw them. They know something that we don't, and they're not telling the rest of the world. And I feel like maybe even the parents might also work for the government. They're just evil Democrats working within the federal government that are trying to destabilize our nation. Enough of my ranting. I'm just repeating. Blah, 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 blah. Let's jump on to the next thing. Yes, you know it. You want it. You want to see some Tesla destruction. Pretty messed up. Tesla destruction. Property. Yeah, so I guess as Doge goes on and on, you've seen on the news, Doge is exposing all these federal government departments that have been misusing millions and millions of our taxpayer money. And federal workers are being fired or removed or getting their pay reduced, I guess. I don't really know how it's working up there. But, sorry, try my mouth, got some water here. I imagine it sucks, man. The way I make money, imagine I'm not doing nothing on my job all the time. Somebody comes and says, oh, hey, Brandon, you're fired. Well, that sucks. I'm going to go complain on Facebook about it. It's exactly what these federal workers are doing. But they're doing it in a way that it paints an image that says, oh, these people are taking away our jobs. They're not really giving Americans their jobs. They're taking them away. No, that's not the point. We're taking away useless jobs that are a waste of American taxpayers' money. So that American taxpayers can get taxed less at the end of the day. And we've seen that already. Gas prices going down. Probably less federal workers taxing the gas. We don't know. There's been some branches that have already been taken out. You've seen it on the news. USA, Department of Education. So they want to boycott Tesla, but they're not really boycotting. They're more like just destroying property. And when you destroy property, you sometimes gain sympathy from people. Like, look at these barbarians. They're just destroying stuff. Like, doesn't that make you want to sympathize and empathize with the owner of that company? Like, especially when the owner of that company has a device that's actually promoting good to the environment. Now imagine, look, just imagine, stop. Let's just forget that it's Elon Musk for a moment. You want to save the planet. You're a Democrat, you're a liberal, whatever. You want to do well on climate change. You want to stop that. It's kind of been one of your big things to bank on for like years. Okay, what's the best way to stop climate change? Stop gases, stop fires, stop smoke. Right. So, why is it that these Democrats and liberals are, mostly liberals, I'm going to be honest, extremist liberals, are destroying and setting fire to these Teslas that have electrical devices, electrical lithium in them, batteries? Those fires don't get put out easily. And you can't just be blasting water on them all the time. Sometimes an electrical fire requires different things to be taken care of depending on where you're at and how it spreads. So these people are really just starting fires that last longer than a normal car fire would. Think about it. This smoke and this burning chemical, lithium, whatever's inside the EV vehicle is just burning and burning and longer, and fumes going into our atmosphere, promoting more and more negative climate change, as so you guys claim. So it just really doesn't make sense why would they be destroying Tesla vehicles to get back at Elon Musk for firing a few 10,000 useless people who were literally taxing us and making our economy miserable for the last 4 years? I beckon that to people. They need to think. Like, just forget the fact that it's just this one guy you hate from South Africa. And just realize what you're actually doing to the planet and to the environment and to the animals nearby. There's animals that also have to put up with your little fires that you start. That's not cool. So let me just share the screen again. Hopefully I can find a good video, man, we could just chill to. Because right after this, I'm going to be honest, I'm trying to get some good food. I got to drive all the way out to Beeville, that ghetto wannabe sanctuary city on the border, and deal with the locals over there with CBS to work at. Hopefully it's fast. Hopefully, no, man. I don't know, man. Not always very good over there. So Trump also got his own little Tesla, and some people are trying to accuse him of just being like a salesman and trying to promote Elon's business because it's being attacked. But this is what I was talking about. You see this, guys? Molotov cocktails, arson, and graffiti. Tesla facilities attacked in wake of Elon Musk's role in the White House. Yep. You hate to see it, guys. We're starting more fires that don't need to be started. Because, as I said, Democrats are pretty dumb. My friends who try to be those people that are in the middle, I tell them, like, you can't be in the middle. These people, once you give them a little bit of leeway, they're going to just want to convince you more that they're right and that the right is evil. The other side's evil. That's just how they are. Because really, they're evil. Tesla shooting today. Shooting at Tesla stores. That's not fun. Can I get a video? What is going on here? Regular charge and militant for vandalizing a Tesla industry. The usual suspects. Is that a trans? Lucy Grace Nelson. Oh, come on. That is easily Luke Gray Nelson. Although, it had to be a trans. Bro, these people are mental, bro. Like, oh, God. Oh, they're horrible. People are awful. The thing that you're not considering is that some of these people that went and bought a Tesla, they just bought it strictly because they wanted to save money. Or they wanted to just be good to the environment. And you're over here setting their car on fire, bro. Some of these people got rid of their car that does gas to have a Tesla. And you're over here destroying their Tesla. Like, you're just these people, man. I'm telling you, far leftist, extremist Democrats and liberals, out, straight to jail, rehab, concentration camp with benefits. For real, bro. No, they ain't for this, bro. They are worse than than a crazy neighbor, bro. I've had crazy neighbors, like real live crazy neighbors that get butt naked outside, bro. They're worse. They try to kill you, bro. They'll try to kill you if you don't agree with them. They're kind of like extremist Muslims. You don't follow their religion, they'll kill you, bro. This is crazy, bro. But had to be a trans, huh? What can I say, man? It's the usual suspects. The other day I saw a video of a Christian man preaching, and they put a trans came out and put a gun because he said that one part in the Bible that basically says a man's man, a woman's woman. They have their duties. That one verse, he was saying that. He was explaining it. But he was explaining it in his own way, publicly, out loud. and protest, I guess. I call it protest when he's doing it out in public law. There's preaching. Yeah, there's preaching where you're only preaching good word, like you're not really trying to hurt somebody's feelings. But then there's protesting. You're trying to get a word out there. You're trying to get something out there against some unspeakable evil or some kind of government corruption. That's when I have a thing with public preaching, because sometimes it's not public preaching. Sometimes it's just public protest, depending on how you do it and where you do it. Maybe there's an opposing faction there that you want to preach your word out to shame them or to remind them what is good. But in reality, you're on their ground and you're there voicing your opinion towards them. That is protest. Yes, you are preaching, but however, you're also protesting. You're protesting their evil acts and their corruption or whatever you're preaching good faith to. And then there's just preaching like out on the street, you're handing people out a Bible, like, hey, good faith to you, brother, what's up, are you okay? Hallelujah, what are you doing? This is what the word is today. I'm just wanted to have you, blah, bless you, how's your family? There's preaching like that publicly. That's good preaching right there. There's just nothing but positive energy. I'm not saying that protest preaching is bad either. No, it serves its purposes too, because people need to be reminded of what their actions are, evil and good. Protest preaching is good as well. I'm not saying that just wholly positive preaching is the way to go. No, protest preaching is also needed in society to correct society and people, to help them understand, like, hey, that's kind of not right. I'm going down the wrong path, and all my brothers and sisters are here hearing it. Maybe I should get with it, man. Maybe everybody else is doing the same thing. That's kind of what it is. We are a social species. We are a social species at the end of the day. A lot of us like to say, like, oh, we're just loners, we're introverts and this and that. At the end of the day, a human is a social species. You still require some kind of other human being around you. There's no human being that could actually truly just be alone there. You will actually go insane if you're not surrounded by some other aspect of humanity. It's proven. People go insane with pure loneliness. So keep looking for more ugly videos of more ugly people. Yeah, and if they try to sell your Tesla, Teslas are actually the cheapest on the market right now. So you're actually like losing the value. Like some of these people, they can't even sell their car and not get the money back that they want. It's very unfortunate. That's just a Tesla accident. That's disgusting. I actually don't believe any. There's a difference between boycotting and all these people, they want to call it boycott. A boycott is to completely just stop consuming a product, and that's a version of a strike on that company or product, to say no more with it. But that's it. It doesn't go any more farther than that. Going and destroying a company physically, setting a fire to the buildings and possibly endangering the people in there is on the levels of domestic terrorism and assault and other various crimes. I don't understand how you can go and destroy somebody's property and then say, oh, well, I'm just boycotting Tesla. What? No, you're freaking crazy, bro. That's my ride. That's my whip right there, bro. Like, no, you go and you do it to them like, oh, I'm boycotting Honda. I'll freaking start slashing their tires and punching their window in. I'm boycotting Ford. Start freaking pissing in their gas tank. Oh, guys, no, we don't do that. And if we did do that, then you would get the same reaction essentially. These people are crazy. No, that's not how it works. It's just hypocritical criminals trying to take advantage of a crisis. See, there's Teslas here in Brownsville. SpaceX is literally located by Brownsville. There is Teslas driving around and they look fine. Nobody out here in the Mexican-American community, especially along the border of all places where we have the most liberals coming in foreignly. That's a fact. You get a lot of haters online that are from Mexico. Not even from here. Like, what do you got to say, bro? Go back to freaking Cancun. Go fucking take a dip in the nice water. Juan de la Verga. Anyways, yeah, it's that we're there. You would expect to get a lot more of these types of people, just as you would see them in California. But California is a democratic state. And people, they have laws that allow criminals to get away with more. Over here in Texas, the law still applies to Texas. So people are literally still like, maybe I shouldn't do that, or maybe if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna plan it out. A lot of the crime that happens in Brownsville, it happens overnight. People most of the times, oh man, you could see it on Facebook. There's Depot Page, 956 Business Review, Benchwire sometimes, and all these little pages that are from local I guess influencers, you're gonna call them, I guess, or like pages that pretty much they show you local videos of crime and stuff that happens around. And Brownsville all the time, man, all the time. Just people at night and the Ring cameras. You know, you can see those video of Ring cameras, real nice quality, all the time. Just people coming to try to steal, or they're stealing. Mostly vehicles, and they're from Mexico. Because they could just steal it, and Mexico's right there. Like, it's literally right there, 10 miles right there at the border. I'm just going to grab this car and I'm out. That's the sitch with us. That's why open borders was a very, very bad thing for us at the time. There was a lot of hate and anger coming from it, and I spent a lot of time influencing people on my own online, explaining to them, well, this is because we have open borders and Biden and this and that. We had those episodes in the past. But talking too much, let me just show you some more videos of some more Tesla destruction. Tesla Molotovs. Yep, you see those little electric, I call them electric pumps. People are starting those things where the charging stations, basically, where they go and you go and you plug in your car to get a quick charge to keep driving. People are lighting those on fire. It's like, dude, these fires are electrical. Electrical fires are very hard to put out. And you're doing that. A lot of these places are located with a gas station. So now you're starting a fire near a source of gasoline. And I know if I can today, I'll stop at the gas station. I'll get you a video and I'll post it right here during this part of the video. And I'll pretty much show you like how close these charging stations are to actual gasoline stations. They're not that far, guys. It's literally like, I want to say 40, 50 feet. If you start an electrical fire there, possible explosions and sparks, dude, you're asking for destruction. You're asking for million in property damage. Easily. Million.
And then we got close to that gas station. We're looking like about 50 feet.
You got some dry brush right there. The fire, if that fire spreads right there to that brush, you got a whole forest fire going right there. I don't know where that is, bro, but that vegetation back there looks a little dry, bro. I wouldn't be starting no damn fires right there, bro. That these people, these Democrats, these liberals they're pretty dumb, bro. And this is happening in other states, bro. This is happening in America, bro. In America. This is our country, guys. You're looking at this from here in Texas and the Valley right now, and you're like, oh, that's not going to happen here. Oh. This is happening in the USA, bro. This could happen. Look at this, man. People shooting the damn freaking things. It's just pure hate. Look at this clown. No. No. Just show you that right there. Look, you see that guy freaking dressed up there looking like a damn muzzy? Let's just say that for Muslims. Or you're throwing a freaking firebomb, but you're white. Look at them bullet shots on the side of the Cybertruck. Not cool, guys. And they're doing this stuff overnight because, you know, it's hard to get a picture of this actual video of these actual people doing it. I'm surprised there was no cameras outside the Tesla dealership that caught the people pulling up and doing this. They should be releasing that too. Or maybe they'll release it after a criminal investigation is completed. But yep, that's all we got for now. Let's talk local monkey business. Oh man. Do I want to open up Facebook? Sheesh. Just that we can see more on Facebook. I'll be honest with y'all. Alright. So let's open up Facebook real quick. Hopefully nothing crazy pops up in our faces. Yeah. Oh, well, this CBS 4 News, I ain't gotta search for nothing. Ain't nothing but a G thing. Alright, time for some local monkey business. See what's going on today, guys. See what they got for us. CBS 4 News been kind of whack, bro. They've been sharing some articles from Reuters. Y'all, I don't know if y'all know about Reuters, but Reuters is that news network, online popular news network. Popularly hated because they have a lot of Islamic support. They like to post a lot of over traumatized news footage that gains support for the Muslims, usually for the Middle East, but also for liberal Democrat movements. And these people recently started sharing articles from there, and I had to shame them, man. I put in a comment like, man, this is crap. You can't believe y'all are sharing this crap. Reuters, you read an article from Reuters, always take that article with a huge grain of salt. Man, take it with suspicion. Go fact check that. I challenge you to fact check every single article from Reuters. I guarantee you'll find some in many indifferences and some I don't know, maybe lies. Maybe more lies. I'm not saying that they lie all the time. I'm just saying they're dramatic. They will lie. They'll bend the truth to their viewpoint to get you to side with them or to feel sorry for what's happened. For example, they over-traumatized damages in Palestine at hospitals where there was known terrorists hiding. And these known terrorists were known to use people as meat shields, entire groups of people, and there's nothing you could really do about that, truthfully. Tuberculosis at a Brownsville daycare. Man, what was I talking? I was talking smack earlier about Brownsville, man, but so funny that we had the first story, you know. So yeah, tuberculosis, man, very deadly disease. At a daycare of all places, poor kids. Wow. And you can see that beautiful comment down there. Why was it open today? Man, it should just close. Yeah. I mean, dude, I can make the argument that it's a border town. You got people coming in from Mexico. Oh, I can't watch my kid, you know. Boss wants to make some money. I'm not taking this kid from Mexico. Probably doesn't have all the shots. Tuberculosis, passes it to all the other kids. Yeah, I can see that being a real scenario, man. But that could happen anywhere as well. Because everybody is coming in and out. Wows, man. Had to be Brownsville. As of Thursday, the Astros per design hat in question is no longer on the MLB fan shop. Oh, because it probably said vulgarities or what people think are vulgarities. A single vehicle rollover crash led to a Texas Department of Public Safety unit being struck early Thursday morning. So the truck rolled over and ended up hitting the state trooper. That has to be a bad day for both the state trooper and the guy who rolled over. Somebody's going to be riding the side wing for a while. C9 for a state of city address. Oh my God. These guys, man, their state of city addresses, what do they do? They just lie and pretend like everything's okay. Like, oh, we have our crime rate going down. Oh, screw that. You're not done. Oh, this is something I wanted to cover with y'all. The Yaga County Sheriff's Office has identified the man who reportedly stabbed a woman during a verbal argument on Tuesday. Oh yeah. My guy. What is going on here? Well, he's not getting out, or he probably doesn't want to get out. Aggravated assault charges. My guy. Luis Gonzalez Jr., 22, is accused of stabbing a woman near the 2200 block of Seca Road in rural Edinburgh. During an attempted arrest, Gonzalez resisted and fled the scene in attempted vehicle. He was later apprehended and taken into custody and was given a bond for 2 counts of aggravated assault. Oh man, Beating a woman is one thing, but stabbing her when she doesn't have a weapon or anything, that's just messed up. But I do want to get a good look at that guy's face. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna say the cops did it. I mean, what if he crashed, guys? What if he crashed? He did lead him on a high-speed chase. Nobody says that he didn't crash. So he probably crashed and that happened to his face. Yeah, he probably crashed. He'll be okay though. Once he gets inside jail, I'm pretty sure he'll be okay. Once everybody finds out that he stabbed a girl. I'm being sarcastic, of course. Wow. Well, that was a story to see today, and I just saw that today. I saw that earlier, and I was like, wow, I wasn't going to look for this, but, it pops up in our faces. Alfred Molina from Driscoll Health Plan stopped by and Founding Central to discuss the upcoming Health Kids Day event at McAllen Nature Center. So something for kids to go to. All right, cool. That's good. It's cool. 7-2 vote on Wednesday. The Ed Joseph School District Board of Trustees voted to consolidate PFC or Barbara Finance with Carlos Truan Junior High. I'm guessing like it's an addition. It's weird. I don't know. Let me open that up. All right. Well, Cameron County announced that State Highway 4 may experience traffic delays Thursday on Friday due to SpaceX operations. Oh, okay. So I guess he's going to try and launch another rocket and try and get back after that last failure. Oh, wait, no, those two astronauts. Oh, yeah, we didn't cover that. Two astronauts, they're already going to go get picked up from the ISS, the International Space Station up there, the ones that have been stuck up there. Elon Musk is finally going to go pick them up. He's got the government approval, I'm guessing, now that Trump's in office. I heard that the NASA and Biden administration were blocking him from doing it. That's what I heard, though. I saw this earlier. The federal government wants to seize a $1 million Brownsville mansion from a drug smuggler's wife. That's my comment, Brownsville. Yeah, some drug lord there hanging out in Brownsville. Had a whole mansion and everything. U.S. Customs and Border Protection seized 2.4 million of alleged meth hidden inside a shipment of limes. And this was at the Far Bridge. That's not far away from here. That's a lot of meth. Good old Mexican meth. Brownsville Police Department highlights some positive trends from the year during its third annual State of Department address. Third annual State of Department address. Wasting taxpayers' dollars. It is, bro. Oh, that's an local athlete of the week. Okay, we're going local. Okay, all right. Okay. That's cute. Well, I guess it's all about sports and all that. So I guess that's it for Local Monkey Business, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode. It's been chill. I've been chill today. I got to go to work, to be honest. So y'all enjoy your all day. Like, share, and subscribe, but only with the people you trust, are comfortable talking to about it. I hope you all go out there and, just do it. Get out there and have some fun, man. Let me just tell you something. When I mentioned that a semi hit me, or I don't know if I mentioned that, but a semi truck had hit my car, or hit me on the side. And I was angry. I was very angry at first for a whole day. But then the very next day I was really concerned, man, I could have lost my life. So I'm just driving a little car, man. This guy's driving a whole semi truck with a box attached. Could have crushed me. Ooh, man. And yeah, it's pretty rough, man. And thank God. As I was getting zipped up like that, I hit the brakes enough just for me to not be completely crushed. But you think about it, and it's like, oh shit, man, could have just been flipped over or just ching like that. And yeah, at that moment, I just went and chased him to get down his license plate information and everything so I can make a report on him. And so yeah, that's why I'm telling y'all, just go out there and get it, man. Enjoy your life. Just do it. There's some things that you want to do, like me. I want to do this little podcast hobby thing. I'm doing it. Just do it, bro. Enjoy it. Who gives a crap what anybody says? And you got comments and reviews that you want to make. You think, oh, Brandon, you should do this a little bit better. Make those comments. I do the same for you. I just don't see what you do. So, that be all. Sorry. Y'all be safe. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching episode 24. Last episode was episode 23, Fatal Attractions, man. Some very deep stuff to cover on there. We still ain't got no news about that poor person that got assassinated last episode. But hopefully we get some little news about that. We'll bring it up again in our next episode. Peace out, y'all. Enjoy. Go smoke something. See y'all.